Hey, told that y'all family at this time. May the peace of y'all, the shalom of y'all come upon you, brothers, when you obey him. Brothers and sisters. May his Ruach spirit overshadow you and come in you, brother, and fill you with his knowledge, his wisdom. Brothers and sisters. Right now, what we're gonna look at is the time period of King Dawid, the name of Dawid warriors. They translated his name David, but his real name is Dawid. So we're going to look at his warriors and some of the attributes they have. The scriptures showed they was experts. The ones that came with David. Let's start off right here in chapter 12. It said, these are the names of the famous warriors who joined David at Ziklag while he was hiding from King Shaul. Right now, I'm reading from this translation called the Living Bible Paraphrase Translation. It might read a little different from yours, but all translations are paraphrased. Yes, that's a fact. Because majority of the translations have, just about all of them, doesn't even use the name of the creator. Some translations you see now start back putting the name of the creator there in different places. So keep that in mind. So what we're looking at right now, I'm bringing this to show you, brothers and sisters, how we must get back into the ways of our ancestors, of doing things back into our own custom. Yes, since we've been punished, but now at this time, ALIYAH is reawakening us at this time. Yes, renewing us to himself. Yes, brothers and sisters, ready to free us from captivity. So we got to know ourselves once again. We got to know our ways, our culture. Yes, ALIYAH says, accept our ways become his ways, and our thinking become his. Because ALIYAH, he is a warrior. The scripture even plainly tell you he's a warrior. And the men of Yah was warriors as well, not fags or homosexuals in any kind of way. Not men acting like women. Yes, occasionally some brothers felt that way, that wanted to walk in the ways of the other nations. But they got dealt with, brothers and sisters. It's going back into that way once again, brothers and sisters. We're not going to tolerate that. Zero tolerance for homosexuality and lesbianism. That's a fact, brothers and sisters. So what we're looking at right here, we're going to examine something right here. Some of these men that Dawid chose to be under him, right here. It talks about right here in chapter 11 of First Chronicles. Let me get to it. Right here. I'm going to get right here. It say the 30 by killing 3,000 men. So let me go up a little bit. It's right here. Abishai Joab's brother. They got Joab, but I'm going to go with his real name. Joab's brother, Joab's our ancestor, brother was commander of the 30 he had gained. His place among the 30 by killing 300 men at one time with his spear. You see this? These are warriors, expert fighters we're dealing with. We're talking about, brothers and sisters. They gained this by not just killing 300 men of their own brethren, but 300 men of the enemy. See, what we have today is not famous brothers. Because brothers killing brothers right now. Just everything y'all said, that's part of the curse. They're taking their frustration out on their own brothers and sisters. A lot of these brothers are innocent. Not all of them innocent because they get caught up in the drug game. They get caught up in robbing each other. So somebody is not innocent in these killings that go on among the brother against brother. Some brothers doing it in retaliation, so somebody not innocent, brothers and sisters. Or just purity hatred. These are the curses, but back then, it wasn't always that way. Not until they turned to sin and turned away from Yah, the brothers became so wicked. So right here, it says, at one time with his spirit, he was the chief of the most famous of the 30. Yes. Abishai. So right here, but he was not as great as the three. It's a Benaiah, they have Benaiah, but it's Benaiah, the builder of Yah, whose father was a mighty warrior. You see that? From, I can't see that word, give me a moment. Kaziel killed 2 famous giants from Moab. You see that? Not from his own nation, but from Moab. He also killed a lion in the slippery pit when there was snow. I hope you can see that. On the ground. Once he killed an Egyptian who was 7.5 feet tall, whose spear was as thick as a warrior's beam. But Benaiah went up to him with only a club in his hand and pulled the spear away from him. I can't see that word. And pulled the spear away from him and used it to kill him. See that? And used it to kill him. And he was nearly as great as the three. And he was very famous among the 30. Now we made him captain of his bodyguard. You see that? The other famous warriors among Dawid men were, and they get into name all the other famous men down the list right here. I'm not going to get into all of their names. But these was warriors, fighters. And when Dawid was hiding from him, from King Shaul, it said right here, let me go and read this right here. See, let me go and read it. It said, these are the names of the famous warriors who joined Dawid at Ziklag while he was hiding from Dawid. So let me go down. It said right here, it said all of them were expert archers and slingers, and they could use their left hand as readily as their right. Like King Shaul, they were all of the tribe of Benjamin. See, so we got tribe of Benjamin. Down here, we got right here say, great brave warriors from the tribe of Gad also went to Dawid in the wilderness. And they was experts with both shield and spear. And were as lion-faced men, swift as deer upon the mountains. Maybe they're talking about they had a lot of hair on their face. I don't know. So right here we got that, and also who joined in with them right here say let's get that. It say others came to Dawid from Benjamin and Yada. And so Dawid went out to meet them. and said, if you have come to help me, we are friends. But if you have come to betray me to my enemies, when I am innocent, then may Bara, that's the creator of our ancestors, see and judge you. It's very important, brothers and sisters. These are the words of Yah. King Dawid. He was telling his the ones that came out to aid him. So right here, let me read this. It said, then the Kodesh spirit came upon them, and right here it said, and Amasai, I hope I got his name pronounced right, a leader of the 30, replied, we are yours, Dawid. We are on your side, son of Yesse. Shalom, shalom be unto you, and shalom to all who aid you. See? And from your bara is with you. So Dawid let them join him, and he made them captains of his army. And some men from Manasseh deserted Israel, Yah army, and joined Dawid. You see that? Just as he was giving unto the battle with the Philistines and against King Shaul. But it turned out that the Philistine general refused to let Dawid and his men go with them. So, see, brothers, it's very important. I'm bringing this to show you some of our past history and some of the things that went on, and how our nation character was during that time period of Dawid and during the time period of King Shaul. And of course, you know, Abiyah removed King Shaul from the throne and gave it all to Dawid, our brothers and sisters. And he had expert fighters with him, brothers and sisters. We got to return back, because Abiyah said we got to return home. We got to return unto him in the wilderness to renew the covenant. We got to go to Mount Zion. We got to take back the land, brothers. It's a lot of work we got to do. I'm telling you this as a fact, brothers and sisters. To put this into your mind and let the Ruach overshadow you, come upon you, to give you this wisdom. It's not a game. Because what you see now in these churches, a lot of homosexuality, a lot of our men of our own nation is weak. We got to look past them, brothers. We can't worry about them. If they don't want to turn to Yah, we can't worry about them. Because the most important thing is the ones who trust Yah and come to the rally. Because Abiyah said those who trust him will rally together. So I'm not worrying about these homosexual brothers and sisters. We don't need them in it because they're on there poison and contaminate the women's brothers and sisters. And they were only thing they would do, desire men to corrupt your mind. And they would speak all manner of wickedness. I don't want them kind of men around me, brothers and sisters, with their defiled thinking and their defiled mind, poisonous minds. And neither should you. Because they went into the unnatural. Some got there through molestation, but some still continue. And became the molester themselves. So, brothers and sisters, these are the facts I bring to you. I show you some history with that. I'm signing out with that. Toda Yah.